You know how nowadays people say, let's go back to 1950? Because women are, in 1950, women used to stay home and take care of the kids. You know how all that, a lot of people nowadays say that. I'm not saying everybody, but a lot of people. You know that women have been fighting for freedom. Women have been fighting for free and to learn for centuries. Like, the fact that most men think that women wants to stay home all day to clean and cook and take care of the men is ridiculous. Because for centuries, even though we don't have a lot of history because they don't want to give us the history, but if you listen to philosophy, and I've been listening to philosophy, and I just finished this book called How to Think Like a Woman, right? So this book is about philosophy, right? And the book is literally of a woman who studied philosophy and how she was treated, right? Also, she ended up learning about philosophy women from the back in the day, from before our time, right? And what she talks about in this book, it's an audiobook. That's what I listen to. But anyway, what she talks about this book, like most of this time is like these women wanted to learn, right? Learning, and they wanted to be free and to learn, right? And even for centuries, 1500, 1400, 1300, and so on, this has been happening for centuries, that women just wanted to be just free and have their own thoughts and think about it. And these philosopher women had made books, right? But the men at that time, and it's still happening nowadays, that they just ignored the female philosopher for back in the day. So even when these women passed away, the men just ignored their books. They ignored their philosophy, right? So even though now it's still happening in today's age, we don't hear a lot about women philosopher because they've been ignoring women philosopher for centuries. And it's because they don't want other women to realize that they want us to feel, they don't want us to think for ourselves. They want us to stay home and cook and clean and be mothers because they want to go out. They want to be superior, right? They want to own us. But for centuries, women just wanted to be equals. So the fact that a lot of people think that women back then in 1950 were happy, that's such a fake news. Because that's not true. Women were never happy being homemakers and wives. They did it because they had no choice, you know? And that was the whole thing, even from centuries. Remember back in the day, 1500s and 1300s and whatever, back in centuries, women didn't have no choice. So what did they do? They pretended to be happy. And to say that women's always been happy being moms and cleaning after a man, that's insane. Like, first of all, no human beings want to clean all the time. You know, but I know human beings, all of us, we know that has to be done, right? But we should just help each other out because I always say, if you live in a house, you should help clean the house too. You know what I mean? You make the mess, you clean it too. So like the fact that men think that women like to clean, that's insane. No, nobody wants to clean. That, unless you're an OCD person and loves to clean. But that's a very small percentage of people who love to clean. And I just think that it's insane that people still think that women want to go back in centuries. Like, no. Like, I go on TikTok, right? And I see this man. Hi. I see this man interviewing old people, right? Older people. And it's always the older woman who tells them, yeah, if I was 20 now, I would never get married. Like, old people, 60, 70, 80 years old, older women always say, it's always the same thing. If they had to go back to change it, they would never get married. Because the fact that women have to take care of a grown-ass men is insane. This is why I'm single. This is why I don't want to get married. Because I am not taking care of no damn grown-ass man. I'm sorry, you got 2 hands and 2 feet. You can do it yourself, right? I am not gonna clean after you. No. You know, and that's one of the reasons why I will stay single until I don't know when. But I don't care about relationships because unless the only way I will be in a relationship is stays boyfriend, girlfriend forever. You live in your place and I live in my place and that's it. We just hang out. You know, like if we are young adults. But I would never live with a guy. Never. First of all, I don't even like cleaning. You think I'm going to clean after some other person? No way, Jose. You know, I clean because I have to. I have no choice. But you think I want to clean after myself? You think I'm going to clean after a man? Hell no. I'm sorry, no. Anyway. So, I'm listening to audiobooks, right? I like philosophy. And I think listening to all types, men and women, will help you learn so much. I know a lot of people say they won't. I know people out there in the world. They say that, women's out there in the world say, I will never read anything that man does. I think that also is a bad thing. I think we should read audiobooks or whatever it is from both gender, because you get to see people's perspective, you know. Every book is a different perspective. Every video is a different perspective. Every movie is a different perspective. Every art is a different perspective. And I love just seeing other perspectives, right? So I like to listen. I'm listening into philosophy now. It's very interesting. I like it. But if you're a woman and is very curious, you should listen to or read the book called How to Think Like a Woman. It's a very great book. You know, gives you more details about women philosophers from back in the day. And it's still happening. We still get censored. If you think about it, we've been fighting for freedom for centuries. Women's been fighting for our freedoms for centuries. Different types of freedom. But we've been still fighting for the same thing. Like, the fact that for centuries we've been fighting for, like, we're more than just moms and wives is insane, crazy. Like, what kind of world we live in that in 2025 we're still fighting the same fight for centuries, that we're more than just moms and wives? I really think that's insane. Women are humans just like men are humans. We're both humans. We both have brains. We both could think. And we both have hands and feet that could do the same thing, same tasks, same stuff. The only difference, a woman could get pregnant. That's the only difference. Well, I just like reading. I just like listening to these books, and I like to learn other perspectives in life and see where I'm coming from, you know, because I have my own thoughts. And every time I listen to books like this, it just confirms what I always believed in my heart. But now I'm like, I'm not the only one who thinks like this, you know. And let me see what else. Yeah, I don't have nothing else to say other than philosophy is very interesting. I don't care what gender does it. I want to read everything about it to learn other people's perspective. And I would love to find more audiobooks about women's philosophy. It is hard to find them because just like they keep women philosophy books. Imagine audiobooks, you know what I mean? It is very hard to find philosophy women on audiobooks. But the ones I'm gonna find, the ones I'm gonna get, and that's it I had to do. But anyway, have a nice day, everybody.